Dark. Season 3 series recap, series finale.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you something, guys.
Tell me something.
My monkey shit, it was missing. So Second World Martha was not a Martian, despite my wishes.
Shucks.
You know, Bartaj was not Noah, despite our wishes.
Dude,
But we get half credit.
But yes,
We get half credit.
half
If
credit.
school's telling you anything, that's half credit.
I got a C on that prediction.
What's some other shit we threw at the wall, and so we can.
Oh.
I don't remember. We said a lot of bullshit.
We threw plenty of shit at Wooler, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
No. I don't know if we did. Okay.
I did. I threw a lot.
Too. Yeah.
That's right. I was hoping that something would happen with him, and it just never did.
Wooler was covered in monkey shit after me and Reek were done with him.
We were just yeeting. Come on, something, and just nothing.
Nothing stuck. Dude, he had a face shield and everything. But
speaking of Wooler, this first episode we start seeing like the parallel universe, which was kind of like a mirror universe.
Right.
A mirror world of the one we've been seeing. So that was kind of interesting.
It's like I said, it's the Trunks Dragon Ball Z theory, right? The other world, something changed in it. The difference was that Jonas didn't exist in the
Exactly.
Okay, let me explain to you guys my stupid fucking timelines, okay? My names. There's the Jonas timeline and the Martha timeline, right?
Right.
And I call them that. So Martha timeline Martha is different than Jonas timeline Martha, but Jonas timeline Jonas is the only Jonas. Okay, so that's my naming convention. Okay, it sounds silly, but it made sense to me. Yes. So in Martha timeline, Jonas no existi.
Yes.
Michael Conwell doesn't exist. Mikkel exists, but Michael Conwell doesn't exist because there's no there's no gimmick going backwards. So this alternate
they really just took Mikkel and threw him out of the plane this season. I mean, they said, "Go find a parachute."
There wasn't much for him to do.
He did nothing.
What would he have done?
He did his shit. He already did his shit.
I know. His
whole gimmick was he went back in time.
You know his total backstory already.
Still,
Mikkel's arc ended in season 2.
Season 3 was Mikkel a drug dealer? Question mark. What do you want them to put in?
Because we know his arc. His arc ends with him hanking himself.
Right.
I know. Whatever. Go ahead, Reek.
So, my favorite part about Martha timeline is Ulrich.
Dude, come on.
Ulrich decided in Martha timeline. He said, I already had Katarina. We've already had 3 kids. I'm done with her. It's time to move on to something new and impregnate that hoe. He said, Hannah, come here. We are married now. Boom, pregnant. He said, man, this shit's getting kind of old. What time is it? Hey, Charlotte, how about you? Come over here for a minute. God damn, he's a fucking beast. Also, I was watching the English dub, right? The English dub for this. It has Johnny Young Bosch. For anyone who has seen Power Rangers or enjoys anime, you will be familiar with Johnny Young Bosch. Fantastic voice actor. I heard him. I was like, is that my guy? And it was my guy. I did some Googling. Good stuff. Oh, yeah, crazy. Magnus does what he does this entire series, and it opens with just him fucking Francesca.
Bro,
he's
wild. Straight up in the other world in Martha timeline. He's looking like Loki. Like he's got like this black, the black hair coming down. He's got tattoos all over. He's looking evil as shit.
Okay, those I'm not gonna lie. Those tattoos were terrible.
Those were
terrible
ass.
fake tattoos.
Oh, they're awful.
Really
well, no, those are just ass tattoos. Like I could buy that someone would get those.
Dude, a toddler drew those on him for that.
Have you seen Drake's tattoos?
I haven't, and I don't know if I want to anymore.
They look like stickers, like on like a locker.
Dude, they're like the tattoos that stay on for like a day that you get at like the carnival.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, going back to Ulrich and him just being a nasty motherfucker. There's a couple quotes, and I'll let Reek spit one of them because we were talking about it earlier. But one of them that I wrote down, it's like it opens with him and Hannah's obviously pregnant, and she's pretty down on herself because she's pregnant, and she's like, "I love you," and he looks at her for like, it felt like a long time, and he goes,
It did,
"You're
dude.
beautiful." I'm like, oh, he hit her with the "You're beautiful." He didn't even say "I love you" back though.
Which
I
is
was
a
like,
callback.
damn. Yeah, it is, but like, damn, Ulrich's just playing right now. Oh man, he's got his other bitch fucking on his other bitch. Let me tell you what.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Reed, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's just crazy, man. But you know,
Yeah.
Katarina really is fighting for fucking worst character this whole season, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
From
Her
her
and Hannah are just battling.
for her in 80s Winden, bro, running
Oh,
around harassing young Ulrich, harassing young herself, trying to save crackhead Ulrich from Gandalf Ulrich or whatever the fuck. Like I'm just like, Katarina, sit down. Because okay, mainly if you can't tell what we're
Yeah.
doing, I want to talk about all the side character plots before we get to the big shit, like the big boy shit.
kind of where I'm at.
That's fair.
The
Yeah.
Katarina plot, just I fucking hated it. Ulrich sucks, dick. Like I want to keep it a bean.
Oh,
Ulrich
yeah.
is such a he turned heel and he never turned back again. Like we thought he was face, and then he turned heel mid season 1. He never turned back. He stayed heel the rest of the show for me. I don't know about you guys, but did you guys end up liking Ulrich at
I
all?
agree. No.
Nope. I wanted to so bad. Like I was talking about this. Like I actually really wanted to like Ulrich, but ever since season 1, when he was just doing dirty things, I just did
He
not
was
like
off
him.
the rails, bro.
Yeah, he was really off the rails.
Yeah, you know, speaking of Ulrich, they had like mods like clothes and stuff, and they had them like bagged up. Mods
Right.
was dripped out, bro. You had the Air Jordan
Oh
ones.
my
You see
God.
that shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
You had them Jordan ones band colorway. I said, shit, Matt. I didn't know they made those in Germany.
Oh my God, dude. I wrote down for the first episode. Holy shit, we're back in 1888. Cause like, oh my
Mm.
God, I was listening back to our last episode, and Reek said something about if we go into the 1800s, I'm gonna start losing it, and we're back in the 1800s for a little bit.
I thought that was the first episode I said that. I
It is.
said,
Well, okay, it could have
No,
been the
no,
first.
you
I don't remember.
no. You said it at some point, but it was last episode that we ended up at 5 total times,
and yeah, I said it's
and
getting
then you
real
said something.
close.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then it happened, dude. Yeah, when that happened, I was like, oh no. I was like, this.
um.
Oh, what are we doing here?
Also, I think this is what Tristan was getting at earlier, but back to Wooler in the alternate universe. This man just gets shit on, dude.
Dude, I've been waiting to bring that up.
His
I know.
arm.
You got it, bro. You got it,
My
Tristan.
poor man. So in the universe we've been seeing, he's missing an eye, or something's up with his eye. In the first season, he had the big bandage around it. In the second season, he had the cool shades. But in the Martaverse, this man has both eyes. Good for him. But they just chopped off his whole arm.
Oh my god, dude! I wrote
He's
that
like-
down.
Same. He's like
Oh, yeah.
he's like the deep of the show. He just gets
Oh my
shat on.
God.
Like his whole plot is just you get to shit on Wooler. That's all you get to do.
Exactly, dude. Oh my gosh. That poor man. Yeah. Okay. So we were talking about the ladies earlier and how they're fighting for the worst character of the
Mhm.
entire show, right? You know who else I did not like this season? Thank goodness they got like kind of rid of him
Be careful.
partway through.
Don't talk about one of my guys.
Killian.
Oh yeah, dude,
The
I have that
Killian
written
dude?
down too.
Absolute boner. That guy sucked.
Dude,
I hated him.
wait,
Which one's Killian?
pause.
Killian was Martha's boyfriend in the Martaverse.
Yeah, that dude.
Killian is a bitch. You know
Bro.
what? You know who that is? I think
That's his brother. What's his name? I forgot.
It's Eric's brother.
it's
Eric. Thank you.
oh, is it
Yeah,
really?
that's who it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you think?
What were you thinking?
that was the
What were you
alternate
gonna
universe.
fling at the wall this time?
That was the alternate universe trans woman.
No.
'Cause
No,
No,
it's
no.
they
She's got a
even
very
said it's
similar
Eric.
face.
She still exists.
Yeah, they even said it's Eric's brother.
Damn.
Because he's living in the trailer trash with his parents and stuff, and that's where Eric was too. Because I think the first episode of the entire show is the only time you actually see Eric's parents, and they were like the pretty poor off like family that like they thought they were getting shit on because like they live in a trailer and all this stuff. And then they brought it back for this episode. But yeah, I wrote that down too, Tristan. I said, I'm already not happy. This is not Jonas. Why is Martha with them? Like, this is not okay.
That dude just sucked. Like straight up, he
Just
was
a jabroni.
No, dude. It's
Exactly.
Jonas or nobody. If Jonas is gone, she doesn't get to date for the rest of her life.
I wanted Jonas to come in.
Vice versa as well. Vice versa.
Yo,
Jonas,
facts,
no one
facts,
else.
Facts. No, yeah. I don't
All
exclude
I'm saying
here.
is I was waiting for Jonas to come in. Like when Jonas went in when they were rehearsing the play. I wanted Jonas to walk in the door, little hand to his ear action, and then go hit Killian with the big boot off the walls and then the leg drop.
Bro, if he hit the big boot and the Hulk Hogan leg down, he said, when it comes crashing down. Like, if he did that shit, that would have been legendary. But he didn't.
I was waiting for it, dude. What a bummer. Oh boy.
But he won he shot that shit up. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? We'll get there. Let's see. Other sideline stuff. Hannah fucking going crazy in 19 fucking 50s.
She going crazy in every decade.
Like, she went back to 1950s, started getting just banged out by Egon.
We were right though. Hey, that was something we threw at the wall. We were right about that one.
Was right. My monkey shit was right. I
feel like that one wasn't.
Which one was it?
Like about Hannah getting banged out by Egon.
Yeah, and then Egon ends up getting her pregnant.
We called that.
Yeah, we did. Eli did. That shit rules.
Bro, yeah, because I remember saying, I was like, I think maybe that her and Egon ended up having a relationship, blah, 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 which we already said, like, they banged each other out because that was kind of implied. But I was like, did she return to her main time? And I think the answer was yes, which I thought too. But obviously she didn't, so I don't even know. But
dude,
wild.
The speed at which Egon switched it up when fucking Hannah came and said, I'm pregnant, he said, is it mine? Like, yo, he switched up so quick, bro. He said, hold on, I'm not in this no more. I'm out. I don't love you. Which is crazy.
He was about to hit the big boot in the leg drop.
Because he's the only one that told her, I love you. He told her that, remember? Yeah. And then gave her the gimmick, and then he says, kid, he's like, I can't do this.
Dude, he was on some wild shit. He was just looking all over his office for anything, coat hanger, elbow, something. Man, he was scared.
He was about to use the lamp.
Dude, he was ready to just kill Hannah. I swear, I saw it in his eyes.
It was, yeah, dude.
Can we also talk about the fucked up scene around episode 3 where like they pay young Claudia to like do something with Helga? You guys know what I'm talking about?
No, she was tutoring him.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, they were talking about how Claudia was like super smart and how they wanted to like get her off to college eventually. And Helga was in that phase of like not even talking or anything. And it was pretty clear that Helga was like not all there.
Where some person who's not over 18 in the show was getting naked. I don't remember what part that was.
That was with Tronte, though.
That was with
Tronte, okay.
In the forest.
Yeah.
No, that was in like a room.
Okay, I'm talking about beforehand. Because he did it a couple times. Yeah. So in the forest, in like the first or second episode or something, Tronte dropped the draws in the forest. Right. So we're pretty sure that young Claudia gave him the Starlight treatment.
No, she even said later to her friend that she did.
She said she saw it.
Oh, right. No, you're right.
That's all she said was that she saw it. And so I'm like, why would they go just like, why would she just want to like that? You just want to see it. That's it. Like,
whoa, bro. What?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know what he's talking about. We got to move on.
Just
I don't think she just saw it.
Bro, she's underage, Tristan. Come on now.
All right,
she just saw it.
You guys want to? Okay, so episode 3.
Oh, Jonas and Martha.
We're on at the end of episode 3. So
yeah,
I wrote down.
Okay. We are already.
Yeah.
Well, nothing really happened in 2.
Let me just rock. Don't interrupt because I'm going somewhere with this. Okay.
Okay.
I wrote at the end, right, of episode 3. I said, because I could kind of feel the tension in the air with Martha and Jonas. I said it took 3 seasons, but Martha and Jonas are about to fuck each other until she's pregnant, right? Then I proceeded to write because my brain started thinking. I said, what if the trifecta dudes are the sons of Jonas and Martha, and that's why they're doing the assassinations? And then I was like,
oh, you said that?
I said that 5 or 10 minutes before they said that because my brain started going because I kept trying to figure out who that guy was, right? So when they started showing it and they said, that's him, I said, that makes perfect sense. You know why that makes perfect sense? He has a cleft lip. A cleft lip is a sign of incest. Is a deformity of incest. So that's how I clicked for me. I said that's why, because they're related, they're blood related. That's why he has the cleft lip like that.
I didn't make that connection.
That's the one I was talking to you guys about earlier. That I said that's the connection I made that I don't think you guys did.
That's smart. See, I thought that was their kid. Like I also wrote that like earlier than it happened, but I did not make that connection. That's hella smart. I just kind of guessed. I flew monkey shit again.
I don't want to give myself credit for the trifecta one because I literally guessed it at the sex scene, and then literally like 10 minutes later they were like confirmed.
Well,
so
me too. It's not like
So I mean that was that good of a guess if I only got it like a couple minutes before they revealed it because that was kind of obvious.
I mean,
but I should have got it earlier because of the cleft lip thing. Like,
yeah, I mean even then, like I didn't make that connection even after, so that was good.
Yeah, I didn't either. Going back to some more side stuff real fast. Or maybe not as much side stuff real fast.
Oh my bad. That was episode 4, by the way. That's my bad.
No, it was 3. It was 3.
Are you
I
sure?
have it written down for 3. Yeah,
I had it written down for 4.
3. I have written down for 3. The 3 Musketeers.
It was 4.
No, because I have written down the 3 Musketeers work for old Martha.
I have that.
And then
yes.
And
then it went to episode 4.
No.
You're right.
It was the end of episode 4 was the Jonas and Martha smashing.
Yep, it is 4.
Because
so you got it earlier than I did.
In episode 4, I wrote the note. Is it weird? Is it weird to fuck a girl if she's crying before you even start?
All right, moving on again. So
like, why is he doing
we're moving on again. We're moving on again.
I'm going back to something in episode 3 real fast.
Whoa.
Yo. Okay, just hold on. The fact that finding out that Jonas and Martha were Adam and Eve, I was like, all right, cool. At first, I was like a little confused by it. It obviously made sense at the end, you know? That was interesting. And then there was a scene with Magnus and Martha in Magnus's room when they were trying to figure out if they were crazy or not. And this man Magnus just had "Eat the Rich" like written on his wall.
I saw that.
I thought that was funny. That was cool. Magnus is awesome.
Reek, you wanna spill the beans on Magnus?
I already mentioned it. All Magnus does in this entire show is just fuck Francesca. Like, that's it. He doesn't do anything else. Like, it's just hey you, hey, let's go over here. Boom, 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 boom. Over here. Boom, 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 boom. Over here. Boom, 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 boom. Season 4. Boom, boom, boom. Like, that's all it is, dude.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, also, in this timeline, Francesca and Elizabeth switched. So Francesca is deaf and Elizabeth's not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like that, though. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, go for it. No, you, man. Yeah.
Sorry, the only thing I had to mention about that was that, like, the only thing that threw me off about that was that sometimes when I see actors and actresses play deaf people, I half the time assume that they are actually deaf.
Yeah.
And so finding out that this girl is not actually deaf, I was like, oh.
Good actor for a little kid.
Yeah.
She did a really good job.
She knows sign language. Honestly, okay, I'm going to say some stuff. Like, honestly, people in like European countries and stuff, they usually know, a few languages, which is wild. Us in America, we're usually one-dimensional freaking pieces of shit, unless you're me and Rick, who know some Spanish, a lot of Spanish. But like, she knows sign language. She probably knows English. She probably knows Japanese. Like, it's wild, dude. But moving on from that, like, honestly, this is where I started again going on the train of the writing of Jonas and Marta's relationship is insane.
So good.
I said Jonas moves hella fast, bro. He really fucked her in 2 different worlds. Like, that shit's wild to me. Like,
and Martha was down. Martha Universe Martha was down.
That's what I'm saying, bro. She was down for the count. And he said, "Hello."
Oh,
he said Jonas here. But anyway,
Jonas Suave.
dude, that man, dude, honestly, he was such a simp starting out. Now he just moves in like a 2 hour
Dude,
span.
he's been different ever since he got that neck scar. He's been built different.
Bro, yeah. He was, dude, he's like 60-0 after that, bro.
Dude, I want to see Jesus Piece Jonas. That's what we need to see.
Oh my
he needs
God,
to get the rope
bro.
attached over his scar and then just hang the Jesus piece.
Dude,
Yo,
Jonas
here's what it is. Go ahead.
Jonas had the 60 points on 11 dribbles like Klay Thompson, bro. Let me tell you what.
No. Jonas was down 3-1 like the Nuggets against the Clippers, bro. He was down 3-1 at the start of the show. We were like, all right, what's he going to do? And then Jonas said, watch this.
Whoa, hold on.
Series.
Back it up, flip it, and reverse it. All right. I was never against Jonas. I've always said Jonas has been one of my favorite characters since season 1.
Oh, no. I've always liked Jonas too. But like what you guys were talking about, I mean, he was simping at the beginning, you know, like he had whatever going on, and he got, you know,
you guys said he was
girl.
simping.
Stole his girl, whatever. He was down. He was down a little bit.
I agree.
To season 1, I said he needs to go get her again, and you guys said, "Oh, but that's instant." Okay. I said they can work past that. I said that in season 1. Season 2, you're like, they can work past. Season 3, you're like, I love you.
I know. No, I agree with you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird at first, but now, you know, I get it. But what I'm saying about him simping a little bit when they were at the lake, like he wasn't making any moves. It took for future him to make the moves, you know?
Yeah, bro. When you almost get hanged, you think you get a little different.
I agree.
Built
bro,
different after that.
Rush with
I know. He was working his way into the friend zone, and future him had to help himself out a little bit.
That's also the second time he's banged Martha at that point.
Bro, 2 different Marthas too, bro. He
double up.
Dead deuces.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, but that's episode 4.
Dude, okay. I got something great for this one.
Dude,
Episode 5.
Great, bro. Yeah.
5 opens. Well, there's something not so great about that episode, which I'm gonna get fucking angry about. But episode 5, right? Martha comes down the stairs with Jonas, and her mom's like, "Where were you? I don't even see you yesterday." And then she turns and looks, she's like, "Who the fuck is this?" Jonas came down the stairs like, "Yo, is breakfast ready?" Like, who are you? You just
I'm the man of this house now.
You just blew my daughter's back out, got her pregnant, by the way.
Bro,
you're asking me about cereal?
That was a nuts in face dunk by Jonas right there coming down the stairs.
You can see Katarina was really losing her power in this in her household this season, bro. First it was Magnus. He's like, "Magnus, it's time for breakfast." He's just banging Francisca out. He's like, "Is it still going?" But, and then he's like, sounds good." She knows what's damn well going on. Then a random guy, she doesn't even notice him for like a minute, and then she's like, "Wait a minute, who is this guy?"
Says, "Hi, I'm your son-in-law now, by the way.
Dude,
I'm the father of your grandchild, by the way."
Shit. Yeah. What's up, Grandma?
God dang, he put it to
what?
sleep.
Oh my God. All right.
Well, so now here's the real anger.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, before that though, I wrote down, dude, this is the first big brain thing. Oh, because Jonas, when him and Marta went to go to the plant, he was like, maybe this is what they want us to do. Like he stops and is like, maybe they've been wanting us to do all this bullshit, but we don't actually need to do this shit. I was like, dude, it's the first big brain thing Jonas has said all series. Young Jonas at least. I'm like, dude, big forehead.
We thought.
And then that shit happens. Well, I mean, honestly, like from what we understand, literally nothing they did would have changed anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but then we get to the timeline, the current modern timeline, right? Which is now like 2020 something with Elizabeth.
It's 2020 because this is right after the apocalypse still.
Yeah, I think they said one was 2024.
I know what you're gonna say.
So I said this in season 1. One of my favorite characters has been Little Kid Elizabeth because she keeps it real, keeps it a bean. She throws up gang signs and shit. You know what I mean? Really, it's just her talking. But dude, we get this fucking weirdo fucking doof. This fucking doof comes in looking like a fucking neckbeard fat piece of shit. All right.
Okay, hold on. You know who I thought that was?
No one.
I thought that was Eric's dad.
No, that's a fucking jabroni. I don't give a fuck who that is. He could be Eric's dad, but to me, he's dead. Fuck that dude. If I've been consistent, I hate these kind of people. Every single podcast has done that. Back in Shooter season 2, when we had those fat fucking piece of shits, I went off about that. This dude had me mad. When he hit her head, I said he better not be a fucking rapist. I'm fucking serious, dude. I said it better not. And I did, because I was alone in my crib watching that. I was like, dude, I'm about to fucking kill this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because then he started eating fucking ravioli in front of her and shit. I don't know what the fuck.
For like 5 minutes, bro.
And then just stares at her. And then fucking Peter comes in. Worthless ass Peter. The most worthless character in the show. Because he can't even clutch up and save his daughter against fucking Teletubby bitch right here. He can't do anything. Right? He comes and gets fucking stabbed in the throat. So Elizabeth's got to do it herself. So she's about to get raped. He busts in. He starts getting fucked up. Peter got stabbed in the neck like a bitch. He went out like a bitch. Couldn't even save his daughter. But then Elizabeth comes in with that big old fucking fire extinguisher. Says, hits him 15. I counted 15 times in the fucking dome with that shit. I said, hit him 10 more times at least.
Exactly, dude. Hit him. Yeah.
Murdered that motherfucker. Then who comes to save the day?
No. Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Peter went out like a bitch, though.
Dude, yeah. Elizabeth was a fucking G for that, the fire extinguisher thing.
100%.
But honestly, Peter tried to turn it around for the show in the last like 2 minutes of his life, and he just couldn't do it. Like, if he would have saved her, stabbed that dude in the neck, I'm like, all right, credits to Peter. Man got stabbed in the neck. I'm like, all right, dude, you're just gonna let your daughter just get raped by, like you said, Teletubby neckbeard. That's just, I don't know.
That shit was on my nerves, bro.
I don't know about you, Reek, but like this reminded me of something from like The Walking Dead. Like, I don't know if it gave you those kind of vibes either, but like the whole like
post-apocalyptic,
the apocalyptic, like we're scavenging food, like, oh, I'm living by myself in a trailer, oh, some weirdo neckbeard comes in stealing my shit. Like, that's totally Walking Dead vibes to me.
Especially the games with Clementine. Like, Elizabeth reminds me of Clementine, like where you were like, I love this character, you better not fucking hurt her. Like,
right, exactly. I even wrote like, is he gonna fucking like rape her? Because this would like bring the show down for me like a lot. And I don't mean that in like a I just don't. I don't know.
I said the same thing too. I said I said this show almost had go away heat with me. Like, that one scene was really gonna fuck up my whole opinion on the show. Like, insanely. Yeah. But then thankfully Elizabeth fucking clutched up and domed that dude. Got the 29 hit combo on his ass like a Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Also, in this episode, you get Katarina going back in time to find Ulrich.
Well, she was still just in the 80s.
Oh my god!
Right, that's what I'm saying. Okay, she found him at the home
asylum
thing. That's just psychiatric. Yeah. So okay, so she's a shit character, right? She's a shit character, but I gotta admire her loyalty for sticking around with somebody who's fucked you over so many times. Like, I don't know if that's loyalty or I don't know if that's stupidity.
Yes.
But
yes.
Yeah, yes, loyal stupidity. But God, dude. She's still in love with him, which is wild. And she's like, I'm gonna be back. And I was like, yeah, she loyal as hell for the 5 minutes before she fucking got shat on and died. But god damn, dude.
Her own mom.
God, dude, that was wild.
Her own mother killed.
Dude, thank God though.
I was cool with it though. I was like, hey.
I was like, oh, so Katarina dead. I mean, that doesn't really affect anything for me. Like, all right, cool. Ulrich deserves to die at 120 in that home. I hope he lives another 50 years in there. But God, dude,
especially considering like Helgi didn't even do anything. Like,
honestly, man,
he tried to kill him because he jumped to conclusions when it wasn't even like because at the end of the first season, right, we were like, Noah's the king, Helgi's like a knight and shit. In reality, Helgi was a pawn. And that fucking
so was Noah though.
Noah was like a bishop. Like, he was a little bit higher than Helgi, but he still wasn't shit,
right?
Really.
Dude, that's what I honestly like. I'm not like mad about it, but for making Noah such a big character in the first season, they really didn't use him at all. Like,
he's like
what they built him up.
He's the perfect connective tissue. Like
He
literally,
is.
he's like literally the gap filler. Like he may not have been the big bad.
Yeah.
He turned face. Like he was a face this whole time. We never knew.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
cool with that. That was a cool turn.
I thought so. Yeah. I just
I made a note about that later too.
I just feel like they waste a lot of time on his character.
I don't think no, because I don't honestly I can't say anything in the show is wasted because Noah had a very 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 important point in this entire show. He
Yes.
was the initial
Yeah.
big bad. He was the face of the operation because Adam was hiding, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. No, that's fair.
And so he was like
Okay.
professional bishop gimmick.
That's true. I have a note about Helgi real fast. Just because you guys were telling me over and over again that I was wrong. In season 1, he had the messed up ear and everything. And you guys were like, "Oh, they messed up his ear in the time machine thing." And I was like, "No, it's because he got beat over the face with a rock by Ulrich." Turns out I was right because in the Martha verse, he had a messed up eye. And skipping ahead a little bit, when we see that later, when Ulrich gets him, that's what we see is messed up is his eye, not his ear. And so it was absolutely 100% him getting beat up with a rock that messed up
That's
his
not
face.
necessarily true, Tristan. You want to know why? Because they say it in the show. Just because something will happen, but it won't necessarily happen the same way. So his eardrum could have got bursted from, but no, his eardrum could have got bursted from the machine in the Jonas timeline. But in the Martha timeline, his body got fucked up because of what's his face, Big Ulrich.
Well, there was nothing about him not being able to hear or anything. It was just that
Eli
it was
literally said there was a part where they mentioned his burst eardrum.
I could have sworn they did, yeah, but I mean, I could totally be wrong. I just feel like it's kind of weird that they mentioned so much about like burst eardrums and stuff because of like what happens in the apocalypse and like all this
And the
stuff. And
birds.
then and yeah, exactly. And then they talk about how he had a burst eardrum. Like I don't know how they didn't use that as connection. You could totally be right, Tristan. I honestly agree with you right now that that is what happened. But I just don't know why they wasted like that on it. They should have almost like broke his nose or something. I don't know because I feel like that's a weird point to bring up more than once
yeah,
for two
it
different
was.
things.
It definitely
Um,
was.
but yeah, I do agree with you, and I think you're probably right. But I don't know. Like Reek said,
I'm stubborn. I'm
I,
holding my ground.
hey, that's fair. I'm just gonna admit when I think I'm wrong. I don't know.
Um that's fair. So end of episode 5,
Yes.
Jonas gets shot.
Yeah,
And I thought because they've been trying to push in it this season, right? Where it seemed like Martha was the main character of season 3. So I thought this moment like Jonas was gone. But then I realized that makes
same.
no sense. You fucking dweeb, right? Because he's literally like 30 years old or whatever. So
Mhm.
I was a little bit triggered. I was a little bit big upset. And I was like, damn, you can't kill Jonas with 3 episodes left. But it didn't matter. Why? Because he's good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of
When
weird
they
how they did
explained that
that.
in the next episode, I was like, ah.
It makes sense. I mean, I knew something was up too because I knew he couldn't be dead because when older Jonas was like, I don't remember going into your timeline. I'm like, oh, okay, so there's got to be 2 different Jonases. Like, they had to have done something with that.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I didn't even write anything for episode 6, so y'all got this shit.
Episode 6 literally was just like Hannah was going full on psycho.
Again.
Hmm.
And then it was basically what led to the end of season 2. Because that's when
Gotcha.
Martha dons the black coat with the little strap
Right.
bag. And then
Oh, yep.
it was basically like we started finding out that Jonas, Adam, right? I'm just gonna call the older versions the Adam and Ava or whatever. But Adam basically wanted to blow up the universe allegedly because of the kid, and that never should have happened, and that's the origin. So so Adam was doing that, and then Adam was trying to trick Martha into blowing up the universe too by doing, or Ava into blowing up the universe too by doing what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's literally
Oh my gosh, I totally lost. Oh no, I lost what I had. What a bummer. Episode 6.
All right, episode 7.
Yep.
Well, okay, I had like 2 other notes about episode 6. One of them was at the end of episode 6 when we saw Martha and good old Barstool dipping out, and Magnus and Francesca came to get Martha.
or whatever, like earlier, and we saw that the first time, and then it was happening again, and Barstool comes up and he's like, "No, we can't do this," or that's what it was. No, it was when Martha went to save Jonas, and this is how we get that alternate Jonas. Martha went to save Jonas, and Barstool shows up, and he's like, "Oh, I can help. Like, I know like what the origin is." I was like, "Yo, is he hitting the turn finally?" I was like, "Is Barstool gonna clutch up? You know?
Yes.
Here's the
Is
thing,
he gonna
Tristan.
do something important?"
Is he turning face or was he never a heel?
He was never.
That's the thing.
Yeah, you're right. He was never a
just
heel.
gave me bitch made vibes though.
He did give me
100%.
Well, season 1 he had heat with me in season 1 because he tried to steal
same.
Martha. And I was like,
Right.
you got heat with me now. Because remember, he was macking on Martha all the time in
Yeah,
front of Jonas. Now,
That's not
retroactively,
yours, bro.
retroactively now, I'm really heated. And he's doing that, and Martha's doing that. But Martha knows that Jonas already beat, though, by that point, retroactively.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew that she got beat, but Jonas doesn't know that he beat. Because he didn't beat, but he beat. You know what I mean?
Yep, beat.
What?
Because, okay, Tristan.
You lost me a little.
Alternate, okay. Jumping around timeline, Jonas was the one who beat. No, it wasn't. Fuck.
No, it wasn't.
My brain, Jonas, alternate timeline, Jonas is the one who kissed her first. Yes, that's correct.
Yes, there's a lot going on.
So they both beat, and that they know they beat, and then Barstool's like, haha, that's my girlfriend. And Jonas is like, still beat. Like, I don't know what you want me to say, brother. Like, so Barstool was acting like, oh. But I will say this. I had a theory go at the start of episode 7.
No.
It was the shittiest theory. And literally, this is probably the biggest Hail Mary of monkey shit I've thrown so far.
Oh, God.
Because I still didn't, because I didn't understand the face thing with Adam.
Your aliens? Because I don't know if you can talk
honestly,
to aliens.
Honestly, yeah.
Holy shit, I'm ready for this.
Okay, so because I still didn't understand the face thing with Adam or why he was disfigured, right? So I said, I'm gonna write this down just in case, you know. I said, what if Bartaj was Adam the whole time, and it's because he can't stand that in every timeline Martha ends up with Jonas? Just throwing it out there. It didn't stick. It was completely wrong. It fucking fell right out of my hand. It didn't even get thrown. It just splattered on my foot like a fucking idiot.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I did remember the other thing I wanted to mention about episode 6, which is kind of a whole thing for this season, which is just one of our continuity things. I don't know if you guys caught this, and if you did, that's cool too. So you know how Martha cut her like right below her eye on the fence?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple times they switched the side of her face that scar was on, or the cut.
Really? I didn't notice.
Was it that Martha, or was it the other Martha that was also running around?
Well, it shouldn't matter because the other Martha running around was just future Martha.
Oh, from that same time.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah,
Right.
and so she originally cut her face on the right side, and there was a couple times where they showed that cut on the left side of her face.
Well,
and I was
even
like,
in the thumbnail of this video, she has it on the left side. So
does she?
Yes.
I mean, you can look.
Yep, there it is. See, so there's that issue. Because then they got to the part where old Martha slashed her across the face.
Right.
And that was on her left side. So now she has 2 scars on 2 different sides of her face. But they were putting it on the left side of her face sometimes too, and I was like, and it's not actually a big deal, but I noticed it and it got me a little bit. But it didn't affect anything in the end.
Keep it a bean, even after you told me I don't give a fuck. The show rules.
No, it does. It still does. And like I said, that's minuscule. Doesn't actually matter for anything. It just I felt like
you know why it was switching, because at some points you were looking at a mirrored image of her.
Whoa.
That's some deep shit right there. Anyway, episode 7.
So Dr. J decided, I can't handle this no more. I'm done with this. Gets a rope. He said, I know how to do this. It already happened to me once. Gets a rope, kicks the chair out from under himself, and starts going crazy. He said, and then Noah comes in, it's like, motherfucker, get down.
What are you doing up there, bro?
And then Yoda's like, I want to die. And he said, shut up. He said, take this gun. And Jonas said, thank you. He said, pow, 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 no. And then Noah took it back and said, pow. He said, you can't die, motherfucker. Time won't allow it. And he said, why? Oh, yeah, dude.
No.
Then we go back to, we get my man, Bartosz with the beard. That went crazy. The
Dude,
drip.
He was dope.
The drip
Yes.
was nuts. Bartosz with the
Yup.
beard. He said, drip too hard. Drown on this wave.
Dude, he really pulled up on Jonas. He's like, well, if I can't have your girl, I'm going to fuck your sister. So
He did. Because, man, as soon as... So that chick, and I was like, oh yeah, we've been seeing that chick around because she's in the feature timeline with Elizabeth.
Yeah, she was the
right?
future girl. I was trying to figure out who she was at first, and then I remember.
And then Hannah showed up with the child, and I did not need any explanation. I said, oh my God, he fucked his sister. Didn't have to explain it to me yet. And then they explained it to me. I said, I already knew, show. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so now we got to start. So this is where I started connecting dots. I was like,
same, bro.
I was like, all right, so you're telling me Barstool fucked Jonas's sister, which means Noah is the nephew of Jonas.
Yes.
So then I was
and
like,
son of Barstool.
Yep. So that's where we get our half credit from, because we said Noah was Barstool, but in reality he was half Barstool. And it makes it even crazier now
that it's just the stool.
That Noah was giving those drugs to Barstool back in season 1.
Bro, right?
He's like, hey, Dad, take these drugs.
Facts.
And then we figure out Noah's real name was Hano.
Hano.
And we figure out Noah was a babyface the entire time.
So my thing is, do we know who Silja's dad was? Was it Egon or was it Ulrich?
Cilia?
It was Egon.
Silja. Cilia, whatever.
It's
was
Egon.
It Egon?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wrote this big thing, right? So 99% sure it's Egon's kid, right? So Egon is Bartosz's great grandpa at that point. So Bartosz and Silja.
Hold on. Great. So Egon is
okay. Do it in your head. Do it in your head. Do it in your head.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Let him go.
Egon is Bartosz's great grandpa already. Bartosz and Silja had Noah. Silja's what they call her in the English version. That's all I watched this season. So Bartosz fucked his great aunt. So him and Jonas have that connection of just ant slaying. So, and then I said it could also be Ulrich's kid from the other world. We don't actually know. But if Hannah wasn't throwing her poon around, I might be able to keep her baby daddies right.
True, dude. Honestly. And then, they also confirmed this episode that you were correct, Eli. You guys were correct about my stupid tiny brain and not understanding anything about Elizabeth being Charlotte's mom and then Charlotte being Elizabeth's mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is fucking loop-de-loop and pool.
Yeah, that went crazy.
At the end of this episode, I wrote down too, I was like, I'm having such a hard time figuring out who the good guy is, because I was like, future Martha sucks, Eve, whatever. And then Jonas, Adam, his future self sucks. So who's the good guy here?
I'll tell you who the good guy was. It was young Jonas. Jonas before the age of adult.
Right.
No. So as it turns out. No. Yes.
Who you talking to him like that?
Yes.
You ain't talking to Dr. J like that.
As it turns out,
talking about Dr. J
the whole time was Claudia.
Well, yeah, you don't find that out till the 8th one, though.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I guess you.
I mean, okay, because Claudia showed up, and you're like, Claudia kind of iffy, you don't really know. Obviously, she has everything figured out, and you're like, okay, Claudia's got her shit together.
Fucking white
you don't
devil.
know she's a good guy.
Right.
White devil. Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah, we also see Jonas kill his own mother in this episode.
Right.
So Hannah finally got hers too.
I was not happy about that, to be honest. I was more pissed off at Adam at that point.
Yeah.
Hannah did fuck shit, but she didn't deserve to get murdered.
See, I wrote down that Jonas really killed her own mom, or his own mom. I don't even remember the scene, if I'm going to be honest. I don't even remember what happened there.
Choked her
he
out.
Suffocated her, and he suffocated her.
That's right. Okay. That's right. Oh, yeah.
When Celia was sleeping right there.
Right, exactly. That's right. Okay.
That was wild.
That was a weird face Jonas that wasn't quite old Jonas, or wasn't quite Adam, but he was still like burned to crimps.
Fucked up, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're about to enter the gate of hell, which is episode 8. If you have anything else before we get to episode 8, because you guys got anything before that?
Yes, I do. I was getting mad towards the end of this season because I was like, where is this loop going? I was just getting more and more pissed. I was like, they keep saying, oh, we're gonna find the origin, and then they do like 10 other things, and I'm like, this isn't it. Okay, so that was bad enough. And then earlier I was like, is Barstool gonna clutch up finally? Is he gonna do something important? No. Brought Martha back to super old Martha, aka Eve, and I went all caps. I had to express my anger about how mad I was at Bartosz for his stupidity and just horrible behavior. Just awful. He's stupid. I don't like him. Go away. That is all.
Okay. So episode 8. Basically, we get teenage Jonas talks to my guy, Adam, like he's a dumb fuck. Adam's whole gimmick was, if I do this enough times, I will generate enough cosmic force to make a new timeline, which is fucking stupid.
Holy shit, that was a great impersonation. I can't even lie, dude.
Like,
fuck.
I don't...
Solid.
I don't even know what the fuck his plan was. Because that's so fucking stupid. I
don't know.
Because literally he didn't do shit. The only one who did anything was Claudia. Claudia was like, yeah, you fucking moron. It's been all me. Literally everything you done, you dumb fuck, has been worthless. He goes, oh shit. Yeah, you killed Martha thousands of times because you're a fucking moron. He goes, oh, fuck. But it showed the dichotomy between young Jonas and Ninja Turtle Jonas, right? In that young Jonas was willing to do what was good at the cost of himself, right? But Ninja Turtle Jonas was doing what was quote unquote good at any cost at all. He was willing to pay whatever, but only young Jonas only wanted to pay, himself. He would like sacrifice himself. But Ninja Turtle Jonas just fucking didn't give a fuck.
Right. It's just kind of wild because as you get older, you're supposed to be more wise and more mature, and Jonas really just did not have a glow up. He peaked in his teens.
True, but he was a beast though.
Yeah,
he was a beast in his teens. So then I wrote down after, I said, bro, throughout this whole series, all you want is for Martha and Jonas to be together. Fuck! Like, that's all I wanted, was just them to have a good life together. But
I even wrote, dude, I said, man, their love is so strong that it causes a time loop, bro. Like, you cannot tell me there's a better written relationship ever. Like, that's just insane. Like, they caused, like, time travel, time going backward, time going forward. That shit's insane.
Yeah, and then we get them. So Jonas was told to go back, and Adam finally realizes he's an idiot after Claudia tells him. He realizes what he needs to do. So then he goes and gets Jonas. He says, Jonas, I need you to go into the Martha timeline. Takes him to the Martha timeline. I said, Jonas, I need you to grab Martha. You guys, right when the boom happens, I need you to transport, right? I need you guys to go to this new gimmick, right? In the time skip, there's like a way you can reset or fuck up like, the loop or whatever during that time, the apocalypse time. I need you to go and fix shit. And this is what needs to be fixed. It's that the guy made the time machine in another world, the third world.
Yeah, you find out there's 3,
which is the true world, right? So there's the true world and the 2 fucked up worlds, and that he split his world into 2 on accident, and that's how these both were created. Which makes complete sense, by the way, and makes complete sense why everyone's a fucking dick in these timelines.
Yes, it really, that tied everything together very well, actually.
And so he ends up going, gets him. He grabs her. And they start going, and she starts freaking out. And dude, it was so. Those last couple scenes were just so fucking good. Martha crying because she sees Jonas back. After she just saw him get fucking stabbed, and she's like, Jonas, or shot. I think he was shot. And she's like, Jonas, and he's like, oh, you're. Then she gets sad because she's like, you're not my Jonas, which was like, it was like. I was in at that point. I was locked in for the last episode. I was like, fuck, this is my shit. And Jonas is like, look, we gotta go stop this. We gotta go stop this being happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then the time. Sorry, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say he even said he's like, wow, you look just like her. I'm like, damn.
And
It
so,
was hitting me.
and so then they skip and they enter this fucking blue world, dude, which is in our thumbnail if you're watching this video.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that shit ruled, bro.
That
That's
was
so good.
Them calling for each other like Martha, Jonas. I was like, fuck. The show was.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so good, dude. Like at this point, I was just locked into the show. I was like, fuck, dude. They could do no wrong. And they were just looking, and then they see each other when they were younger and realized that like they had flashed to each other, right? Like they'd seen visions of this happening. And they back up into each other and go, Martha, Jonas, and they like lock eyes and they look at each other, and it's the most like cutest shit ever, to be honest.
Dude, we're not gonna talk about how I have chills right now, so.
And like it's the cutest shit ever when they're looking at each other and they're like, we gotta go, and they hold hands and they start walking, dude. Oh my god. Okay,
Dude,
I'm a professional shipper for those who don't know.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
my name may be Enrique. Yes, I may be a 6 foot, 900-pound black male, but boy, do I love me a good relationship in a TV show or book or movie or whatever. And boy, this is one of the best of them. Like, oh my goodness. And they hold hands, they go, they end up in the timeline. You start seeing, I love the black bars thing they did with the current timeline, or the True World too.
Yes, me too.
The what?
The black bars they did in the True World? Did you not notice that, Tristan?
Describe it.
Whenever they showed the third world, the True World, as I call it, they would make a black bars like a cinematic movie.
Right.
Over the screen. Did you really not catch that?
I don't think I did. Let me see if I can go find that.
Oh, it's literally anytime they show the scientist guy in the clock.
It's honestly, it's not super noticeable though. Like I don't know.
Really, because I caught it like right away.
Did they do like a widescreen kind of build, or
that's what I'm saying? Yeah, like a movie.
Yeah,
cinematic black bars,
like above and below, right?
Yeah. Whenever they showed the scientist dude in his clockwork or whatever,
right?
And
can we talk about his son's a douchebag?
Yeah, his son's a fucking dickhead.
Dude, I even wrote, dude. I said, I was like, are we sure he's not Ulrich? Because this man's a dickhead. Like,
true, he might have been alternate universe Ulrich.
Yeah, dude. Ulrich coming back from the
dead. They said his name was Merrick. I was like, oh boy, we're going to the Shadow Realm.
Oh, dude,
I was like, we're ending in the Shadow Realm.
Dude, and then fucking... So then they get there, they landed the streets. They almost crash. They dodge him, and the Jonas is like, the bridge is closed. He's like, what? He's like, just leave.
Well, because he did the drop in the ocean thing, which is what Tanhas always told his son, and so he was like doing the how do you know that kind of thing. And they were like, your dad loves you, and I was like, he does love him. He just doesn't know how to show it.
And then he goes back to his dad. He's like, he saw angels. And I was like, fuck, that's so cool.
Actually, literally though, kind of.
Yeah, and he's like, he saw angels, and he made them stay. And then they like rekindle their relationship with each other, which is awesome to see.
Dude, yeah.
And then we cut back, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's raining, bro. It's raining. Dude. Jonas and Martha are together. They're like, how do we know when it's gonna work? It's like, it'll happen, And they just start talking about each other and how like they like each other, appreciate each other, and it was fucking fantastic, dude. And then they finally start to disintegrate, and I was like,
dude,
okay.
I can't even lie, man. I was tearing up pretty bad. Like I wasn't at crying point, but I ended up getting a little bit dissatisfied. I can't lie, because the music was hitting. You got the disintegration, you got the rain. Yep. All they had to do was kiss, bro. All they had to do was kiss when they're fading away, and I would have fucking lost my mind, dude. I would have been tear streaming. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was already tearing up. I was ready for it, and then they just disintegrated after that. Like that one line, like "We belong together," which is dope. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yes.
But all they had to do was just like kiss for the last time as they were disintegrating up in the air. I probably would have been crying my eyes out. I can't even lie.
You want to know why?
Really the callback, bro. We are perfect for each other.
Yeah.
Never think anything else.
You want to know why it's better they didn't? It's because despite they were perfect for each other, but they were never allowed to be, because they shouldn't have existed in the first place. So no matter
Yeah.
what they could do, they could never be together. So all they could do was
Right.
share that fleeting moment, just looking at each other like we are perfect for each other, but as existing, we aren't supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
And
it
they
totally
made-
makes sense.
It does. That scene was amazing, and part of it was the music. They did that. They had that
Dude,
like
I know.
other version of What a Wonderful World. And at first,
Oh
because
my God,
I
yeah.
watched with the subs, and so it was like What a Wonderful World by whoever, and I was like, oh boy, and like I heard the song, and I was like, how's this gonna go? But building on that real fast, one side note I have for this entire show is they did a great job incorporating music. The score
Oh,
for
no.
this show, phenomenal. The music
Yes.
they used in the show, phenomenal. The theme song for this show, perfect.
Dude, I was
Absolutely
literally
beautiful.
talking to Rick about that earlier, how good the theme song was. Dude, I
mean,
watched that shit like almost half the time when I was in the mood for it. Like that show was so
no,
good.
exactly. Like literally the only dude, the only reason I wouldn't is like if I had something else to do later or whatever, like I would just skip over the theme song. But that theme song was nuts. I mean, I literally had to write down that opening line that just hit me, where you fold out your hands, give me a sign, put down your lies, and I was like, like it's just it's good, dude.
The music behind it, man, it's just such a good show choreography wise. Like,
Oh.
like, oh man, they just production was insane without being insane. You know, they didn't go over the top with like the production wise, like as far as like special effects go. But like you said, the score and stuff that they had was insane, dude.
Oh, money, just beautiful.
So with that being said, I have to go full not smart person mode for a second and have some shit explained to me by either Tristan or Enrique. So Jonas, I understand, right? He didn't exist in one world, he existed in the other, and he wasn't supposed to be there because Mikkel never went back in time.
Right.
Martha, she was Ulrich's kid who existed in both worlds. Why was she never supposed to exist?
Gotcha. Can I take this one?
Yes.
Okay. So Marta was Ulrich and Katarina's kid, correct?
Right.
Okay. So Katarina existed one way or the other. Okay.
Correct.
Ulrich did not.
Did he not?
Ulrich's father was Tronta, correct?
Yes.
Tronta's mother was Agnes. No, Tronta's mother was Agnes.
Right.
Agnes was Noah's sister, and those two are Bartosz's kids.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And the other thing is their mother is Celia, who was Hannah's kid with Egon from like 1956.
Right. Okay.
So because neither of those worlds came to exist, that time travel didn't happen, which means that Hannah didn't go get banged out by Egon in the 50s. She never had Celia. They didn't go back to the 1800s where Bartosz met her, and they had Noah and Agnes, which means that Agnes never had Tronta, and Tronta and Claudia never got together and had Ulrich and Mads, which means that Ulrich never met Katharina and had everyone else.
See, that makes sense because honestly, I would have totally made that connection, but I was like, in my head, I was like, so Mikkel and Magnus exist, but Martha doesn't. Like that's how my brain was going because I was like, so okay, why do those two exist and she doesn't? You know. But then I'm like, but that description makes sense because none of those three should have existed, and that makes total sense now. Thank you.
Yes, of course, got you covered. Because that one clicked. That one ended up clicking for me, and I was like, holy cow! Because the amount of times that they showed like that big kind of like family tree sort of thing and how everyone was connected, I wish they would have actually given us like a full picture of that at some point, so I could just like pause that and try and figure everything out because it's so complicated.
I even thought about writing one down to you.
I know. I'm trying to like figure out how I would figure this. I
don't know where I would start. So I mean, again, shout out to the writers for keeping this all intact because that's insane.
I know, that's just incredible that they it's beautiful. The show is fantastic.
So since we've gone over the second to final scene about like the emotional side of it. My last note, and you guys can take kind of control of this, was Hannah's piping Patchy the pirate in this new world.
Waller,
Um,
yes, dude.
and he's the husband to the kid, which they named Jonas. So
Jonas, dude.
that shit's wild. But
Yep.
that's a wild ending. But
Yes. I would like to point out as a side note, I mentioned it earlier in the season in my own notes that because of course it was a little bit harder to tell in the first 2 seasons, but that man Waller is a pretty good looking dude.
oh yeah, no, I agree with you.
He's a good looking dude. He grows some good facial hair, and I'm jealous of people who can grow good facial hair because I can't.
Same, bro.
And that man has a full beard. It looks good, and I'm like, dang, I wish I could grow a good beard. Reek, what you got?
So, my guy, at the end they do a little something. They do a little flippy dip, swervy derv. You know what I mean? Because they
Yes,
go,
yes.
man, that eye. You know
Oh,
they're like, hey man, what happened to your eye, bro? He's like, oh, you guys really want to know? You really want to know? He's kind of embarrassed by it, you know. He's like, oh yeah, you know. So what happened to my eye was electricity hits, knocks the lights out. They start focusing on that. They go past that, and it's the writers fucking with the people who thought he was way more important than he was, like me and
AKA
like
us.
me.
Yep, all of us.
Yeah, because we thought he was the Phil of this show.
Yep.
For my Promised Neverland people, we thought he was the Phil, and in reality, he wasn't.
We thought that since episode 1, dude. I saw an eye patch. I instantly was like, yo, what? This guy's definitely a little bit sus.
I was like, he's got something going on.
Yeah. Nope. He was just kind of a side character that did absolutely nothing. Dude, he even in the first episode or two, he was making that call to Bartosh's dad. I forgot his real name. Because his name was Alexander, but
Alexander
um,
Tiedemann.
right. And so he's making that call, be like, hey, you know, they're coming to sweep the facility, you know, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh shit, he's gonna be a bad guy. And then he never did anything else. And I was like, damn, well,
Right.
I'm stupid.
Well, and they completely also got rid of that angle with like the Fed. And he was
Yes,
like,
I know.
"Oh, I'm
I
looking for
thought that
like my
too.
brother or whatever." And I was like,
Right.
"Okay, you know, like this could be interesting." Like the Fed, he was a terrible character. He sucked.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Oh, this could be interesting." And they didn't do anything with that. And I was like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah.
Well,
With
okay.
the Alexander killing the
So the thing with the Fed was, in my opinion, where I kind of get headcanon, so I kind of filled in the blanks here. But he was there to find his brother, and that dude was using his brother's name, so he thought that was him. And then he found out that wasn't that dude's name. So I think what happened was, because he had a bunch of fake passports and names and stuff, so he's figuring them out. I think he got those from someone who had abducted or killed the actual Alexander and gave him those. So that was the conclusion of his storyline, was finding out that his brother's identity had been taken and that his brother's probably dead, and he's go somewhere else to search for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was his storyline. Like, everyone had an arc, and they completed their arc, whether it was still silly or stupid. Like, you know, Hannah and Katharina's arcs were kind of silly and stupid.
Except we don't find out how Adam got his Ninja Turtle-ness.
Yeah.
Well, so
yeah, Chris, you got something? Because I never figured it out either.
I do. So you remember? I don't remember what episode it was, but the 30-something Jonas, 40-something Jonas, whatever. He was working on the Tesla towers right there, and then he got zapped, and it showed like his arm totally burned and everything.
Okay.
And they mentioned it in like season when Adam introduced himself. Basically, he mentioned to young Jonas, he was like, "Traveling takes its toll on everyone," and that's what they said when we saw not Adam Jonas, but like the beginnings of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, when they were like, "Oh, traveling has taken its toll on Jonas."
Okay.
And so I'm pretty sure, my best guess, because obviously I'm not that much more sure than you guys about anything. My best guess is that it was from all that working on the machine or whatever, and him getting zapped a bunch, that caused that to happen.
That's fair. I agree with you. I could definitely see that now.
So,
because he's getting struck by lightning, basically.
That makes complete sense. Not you explain it to me. I just need it explained.
Exactly. That's why I asked.
Guys,
totally.
That's the plot.
Yep.
I just want to talk about the show in general at this point. This show
Same.
is so fucking good. I mentioned it like in season 1 where I said no scenes wasted. Like everything makes sense, it connects, and it still stands true. It's
It
legitimately
does.
honestly, it's probably the best show on Netflix.
Yeah,
I can agree with
agree.
you.
Like honest, I don't know a show better right now. It'd be tough, to find one
Mhm.
better.
Right. I haven't.
Yeah, I don't know that anything, at least production wise, plot wise, like I have I have just this list. I said this, it's a 10 out of 10. The music's phenomenal, sound effects are amazing. The casting is so good in this
Oh,
show.
oh
Dude,
yes. No,
they
I
find
100%
people,
agree.
yeah, they find people that look exactly like each other, which is insane. The
That was
plot,
just yes, dude.
yeah, the plot's
Agreed.
10 out of 10. Execution of the plot's 10 out of 10. I would have tripped over myself, fallen, stumbled, gotten scabs on both my knees, you know?
Well, and
Um,
I mean, because not meaning this in any sort of bad way, but like you've had to have a couple things explained. I've had to
yeah,
have a couple things explained. Reeks had to have one or two things explained. Like it connects in the end, and they do a great job of connecting it all. But at the same time,
exactly.
it's so complex,
Mhm.
and there's so many moving parts to it that
Right.
they can do that to you, and
See,
it's
yeah,
nuts, but it's so beautiful the way they did it.
I agree. I even wrote that. I said the fact that the writer like successfully introduced like 30 characters with their own unique plot lines that were important and and he or she was able to make it simple enough to comprehend as a viewer, but complex enough for the mystery and the guessing part for the
Mhm.
viewer. It's insane how they did that. And I know we talked
So
about that last episode too, but like
yes,
the writing
and
just crazy.
Take
on
note,
top
Sense8.
on top of all the different characters and everything, we had in the original universe we saw 6 different time periods. Then we
Mhm.
ended up with 3 total like worlds, timelines, universes
Right.
to go along with all the characters, their developments, their backstories. Absolutely insane.
I like I said, I would have tripped and fallen over myself because I could not keep that straight if I was writing it.
Oh yeah, no, my head was hurting for most of this show. And then, I mean, when it all fell into place, it all fell into place. And it's
Like,
just,
yeah.
oh my gosh, dude, it's
There's a
so good.
there's a reason that there's so much garbage content when it comes to TV is because it's easy to view stuff, but it's really hard to make quality stuff like this. And
Hmm.
like when you see something like this that's just so well executed, like I don't even know, man.
It's that German engineering, dude.
I guess so, dude, because I've never seen a show that goes this in depth with mystery, this in depth with the production in general, this in depth with like I said earlier, the actors and the actresses that they portrayed as
Hmm.
their future selves and their past selves. I've
Hmm.
never seen a show take into account so many things that are like so important that might be overlooked by a lot of people when they're writing a show.
Exactly. And so, like, here's my small note about this. Um, uh, like I said, this show pretty much. I mean, it's like a 10 out of 10. Phenomenal. Probably the best show uh, on Netflix whatsoever. Um, it's not my favorite um still because personally I think Sense8 still holds that spot for me in terms of favorite. But that's just based on like personal like how it interacts with me personally. Like Sense8 just really hit home for me and was like amazing. Uh, but the show is better in a lot of ways. A lot of ways.
See, I agree with that in the fact that my top show is obviously Prison Break, and I doubt I will ever find a show that I like better than that. Is this a better production and execution of a plot line? Yeah. Is this
Oh,
probably
absolutely.
is this probably a better show overall? Probably, but I like Prison Break more, and I will always probably hold true to that.
Right.
This debatably might slot in at second for me after watching this because this is just
Oh yeah.
so crazily I can't even explain, like, I don't
Oh yeah.
know. It's a great show, and I would recommend it to anybody
Of
that's looking
course.
for a good show.
Right. Because these I'm only ranking like my Netflix original shows right now.
Oh, I'm going everywhere.
Because
Whatever.
Sense8 probably ranks in at like my second or third favorite
Fair.
show ever. But this has made the jump into the top 5 because this show is just it's everything.
It's
It's
phenomenal.
So
Like
good.
there's
So
like Rick said, there's no wasted moment. All 3 seasons were phenomenal. Like
they
were there
can
some
they could do
down
no wrong.
right? Were there some down moments that you're kind of like, okay, what's going on here? Yeah, but then it's all cleared up at the end of the season or even the end of the episode. You're like, oh shit, that's why that happened, you know? So I don't know.
Exactly, dude.
Like, bro, honestly, for me, I mean, I think honestly, we'll really figure it out once we let it bake in the oven a little bit because we just finished it this
Yeah.
week, obviously.
Right.
But I think
right.
like a couple months down the line, if you sit back and you start thinking, "Damn, Dark was good," that's how you really start knowing when shit starts moving up your ranks. Because this is just our knee jerk, right? Like for me,
Exactly.
instantly, it's probably like my favorite live action show I've seen. Like,
Yeah.
it's that fucking good. A knee
I
jerk.
could see that.
Let alone I haven't even let it bake yet. So if it bakes some more and I start thinking about it, I start thinking, damn, I wish the show was like that. Like, this show is fucking great, period. If you haven't watched it yet and you listen to this shit, what are you doing? Go watch this shit. If you fucking, dude, tell your friends, your family, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your kids, your brothers, anyone. I don't give a fuck. Any human being needs to watch this show who enjoys TV because it's one of the best ones out there right now.
Oh yeah.
I can't even tell you, bro. Like, this is legit so sick, so good. And I was a little apprehensive when I heard the name and I've heard about it, you know. But bro, I'm so glad we waited till it all was out. We binged it all. We sat down and watched it because this shit was great.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, this was a great choice.
I feel like it makes it better too that even though there's only 3 seasons and the whole 3rd season, I'm like, oh, that's the last season. This is dope. Like I can finish the show. But I mean, after I'm like, damn, I really wish there was more seasons, you know. But I think it makes it better that it actually came to a good end, you know.
Yeah.
That'll make any show better.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's the downfall of a lot of shows is that they think that they're going to have more financial backing than they do, and they end up with like Sense8, for example.
Oh
They end up
yeah.
having to wrap up an episode that they don't actually clear everything. This one, they had the financial backing. The writers just said, no, we're going to leave it as is because it's great as it is. And I respect shows like that. That's what I wish Prison Break would have done before they released a fucking, 5th season, whatever it was. Yeah. Shows that wrap up this well are phenomenal.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever be able to watch another movie or show that deals with time travel and see it the same way.
It won't touch this, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I don't think it can.
I don't know if anything ever for time travel is going to touch this. I don't see how it could.
Like, sorry, Back to the Future.
Dude, don't even mention that in the same sentence.
No. That's what I'm sorry, Back to the Future. You had your time, and I'm always going to enjoy the Back to the Future movies. But in terms of quality, Dark threw Back to the Future off the ropes, hit him with the big boot, and dropped the leg from the top of the ladder.
It's crazy, man.
Oh my god, I just love this show, man.
I was gonna say it. Like listening to this as a viewer of our podcast, you can tell that we're kind of lost for words for talking about this show. So that kind of shows you how much we enjoyed this.
I don't even know if us talking about the plot could even half do it justice.
No,
because there's so many stuff we just didn't touch on, you know, like about everything. But man, just please watch this, dude. If you've already seen it and you're listening to this, tell your friends about it because we all 3 enjoy different kinds of shows. And we're all here like this show is fucking great. I watch anime mostly. I come here, watch this live action German show. I think it's the best. Tristan watches a bunch of fucking sitcoms and competition shows in his free time. And he thinks this show is one of the best shows, period. Eli watches a lot of dramatic and cinematic shows. And he comes here and tells you it's one of the best shows he's ever seen. So I don't know what else you need for us to come here and tell it. Different walks. It works for anyone. If you like good media, you'll like this. It's one of those kind of shows. Like, if you like anything that's good, you'll like this. Unless you have tiny brain and, fair, but don't you dare call it bad because you can't understand it.
Right. See, it's bad when, like, IMDb rated, I think, an 8.8 or an 8.9. even that's low. Like that's crazy to think about. That is a low rating in my opinion for the
Oh
show.
yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
I was looking for shows, and this was a high ranked one. I was like, cool, I'm gonna throw it on there. I mean, if it's not good, it's not good, whatever. I mean, I was very, very, very impressed. But like looking, I'm like, dude, how is that shit not like a 9.3, 9.5? Like that shit. I don't know how somebody could not enjoy this. I'd like somebody to explain to me why they don't enjoy this show.
It's probably just small brain people who didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, not to get too neckbeard, but I mean, you know, it's pretty hard not to like this show. You have to like genuinely have like excuses why you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Eli, since you brought it up, I guess we should maybe officially give our ratings for the entire show. We can do, I mean, do we need to do season 3 ratings, or
yeah,
do we
let's
want to
just
do the
season
whole
3.
show?
Just season 310. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at as well.
Like it's just I was trying to think of something not to put it at 10 just for criticism's sake.
No. You can't.
No.
You can't. Like
No.
Like yeah, like you said, like obviously I want to give it a 10, but like at the same time I'm going to be fair about it and try to find something that doesn't make it a 10. But I mean, if there was an 11 scale, it'd be an 11. So
yeah, this show as a whole, I mean, I'm giving the show as a whole a 10. Honestly,
same.
Me too,
dude. Like it's our first
like
unanimous 10, golden star of
Yeah.
approval. Like I don't know this shit, dude. Fuck it.
yeah.
just
crazy.
watch out for the award show. There could
Oh,
be
yeah.
they could be
It's gonna
breaking out
be-
the brooms at the award show.
It's gonna be interesting, man.
December 28th. We have a date for you people. December 28th will be the official day that the first annual Bingies go live. I
The
believe.
Bingies, I love it.
And it's not the Bingies, it's the Bingies, boy.
The Bingies.
Yep, because we're
The
the Binge
Bingies.
boys. Yes, so fuck. I guess we're done with the dark review portion.
Correct.
We're gonna do a
Yeah,
little bit of a
dude.
town hall here for the fans. For the our non-existent fans, but we love you guys.
For me, when I listen to it later.
Shout out to our 5% who doesn't listen to us on Anchor or who don't listen to us on Spotify or iTunes or whatever. I don't know who you guys are, but dude, we fucking love you guys, even if you're 5%, dude. That shit's crazy.
Facts, dude. Please get in contact with us.
Tweet us,
and-
Instagram DM us, something, dude. We want to hear from the people who listen to this bullshit.
Facts. If you hate us, you hate us. That's totally cool. But just like let us know what you think, man. I love criticism. I like whatever.
All right.
Mhm.
So the day this episode released will be the 7th of December. Correct. And then
Correct.
so we have to then the 14th will be our Snowden episode. We have 1 week where it's slotted. Thankfully, the show I have picked for us is in fact a 1-season show, to my knowledge. So that 21st episode will be that 1-season show, and then we'll end the year, like we said, with December 28th with the Bingies, and we will be back on the 4th with Mandalorian season 2 review, right? And then we'll be back again, possibly be back on the 11th with Cobra Kai review.
So it's gonna be busy for the boys.
Yes, it is. We have great plans, great shows coming out. Finally, everything's starting to get, everything started refilming from COVID, so now stuff starting to roll out in 2021. Yeah, we appreciate it. So, since we're here, I can announce what my show is, since it's the end of this one. All right, guys, you do what my show is that I selected for us to watch next.
Yikes.
So this is a retaliation pick. I forgot what I was retaliating for at the time.
Locke and
Probably no, it was probably
No, it was.
Fracture.
No, it was Locke and Key.
It
That's
was,
right.
It was Locke and Key.
Because I was upset right after watching it, of Locke and Key. So then I decided, you know what, Netflix? What do you got for me, big dog? Right?
Oh no.
So I spent a good little while, about an hour, browsing through Netflix and writing down shows. I said, this is a good one. This is a good one.
Oh shit.
And I brought to you guys today the show which we will be watching on December 21st, reviewing Teenage Bounty Hunters, a Netflix original series that was released in 2020.
Oh no.
It's all right. Let me read you the Netflix caption.
Oh God.
Oh.
Twin
I'm not ready
sisters
for-
Sterling and Blair balance teen life at an elite Southern high school with an unlikely new career as butt-kicking bounty hunters.
Oh no.
Now tell me this doesn't sound great. I've watched the trailer for it. I saw what it's like, and you're gonna love it.
Oh.
Shouldn't it tell me how long these episodes are?
It's an hour.
What? How many episodes are there?
10.
It's a 10.
Okay. All right, we got it.
I was hoping it was 26, but 10 will work.
Dude, fuck you. No, fuck you.
All right, dude.
Hey, maybe I'll really enjoy this shit. You know,
Dude, I hope it ends up being a sleeper. I mean, I think some good shit, but really, I just want to hurt you.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, dude. So, guys, we talked about our timeline. The bingies are coming up. We will announce the winners of the bingies on Instagram and Twitter. Keep an eye out. We'll
And
have.
obviously in our episode.
We'll
so
also
tune in for that.
leave our nominations list as well on Instagram
Mhm.
and Twitter. We'll release our nominations so the fans can get excited, get hype. But yeah, so today we came here to talk about Dark, the series. It's fucking great. I love it. I could talk about it forever.
So
Mhm.
good.
But you guys don't want to listen to it forever. I don't think so, at least. So we're going to end the episode here. And we just want to remind you guys that my name is Enrique.
My name is Eli.
My name is Tristan. We appreciate you guys.
And remember, if you look like Martha, please slide in our DMs.